Hey there folks, what's this video in here? I'm going to be talking about the Styrian Grand Prix. The second race of the Red Bull Ring has just wrapped up with a Mercedes 1-2. Lewis Hamilton leading home Valtteri Bottas by nearly 14 seconds, with Max Verstappen in third, 33.7 seconds behind. Alex Albon 44.4 and Lando Norris in 5th place, taking it in the final corner from a very battered Sergio Perez. This was actually quite an interesting race. It's back to what we could normally expect from an F1 race. Very similar, I'd say, to the Austrian Grand Prix last year, where there was all kinds of action, but not as intense as what we saw this time last week. Of course, we did see both the Ferraris out on the first lap, with Leclerc going into the back of Vettel and taking off his rear wing. That was quite interesting, to say the very least. But I don't know. I mean, I'd say you kind of need to blame Leclerc for that, much like you'd blame Vettel for his spin last week, but both of the drivers retired, so really, the only team that came off worse from it was Ferrari. But, yeah, we very nearly could have ended up with a 1-2 for Mercedes, 3-4 for Red Bull, and a 5-6 for Racing Point. But Perez and Albon came together in a very similar way to Albon and Lewis last week, which probably should have been the way that they did come together last week, let's be honest. Perez ended up smashing up the front wing, and then on the last lap, well, in the last couple of corners, got passed by Lando Norris before a photo finish with Lance Stroll and Daniel Ricciardo. The three drivers separated by just over 0.2 of a second. Carlos Sainz was 9th and Daniel Kvyat 10th. And really, it was a lot of fun. It was nice to sit down and watch. It was a shame to see Williams so far down the pack. It was a shame to see Ocon out with a similar kind of issue, I believe, to what Ricciardo had last week. But only really like the one safety car, so it's back to where F1 kind of should be, in my eyes. I don't like the fact that we saw Mercedes just run off, well, barring the Bottas-Verstappen battle. We saw Hamilton run off, I guess. And then Red Bull were largely untouchable. Again, like I said, Albon got caught by Perez towards the end of the race. But these cars are lacking stability a bit, the Red Bulls especially. I mean, we saw Albon go around in, I believe, practice and in quali, but we saw so much problem that they had with traction, which in yesterday's quali session Mercedes just didn't have. I mean, you could look at the onboards coming out of turn 3 for Verstappen and for Hamilton, and Verstappen was getting wheel spin and Lewis just seemed not to. I don't know if that's a thing of how Lewis controls the car or if that's to do with the cars itself, but I reckon given what happened last season with Gasly, it's a product of what happens with the Red Bull. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.